YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name's Steve, there's Howie, and today you join us on a lovely miserable day. It's sun's been up about an hour now. It's a bit drizzly, I'd say. For anyone else that'd be absolutely awful, but for me in the woodland it's absolutely perfect conditions to do some woodland photography. So we've got a nice soft light throughout the entire woodland, as you can see all around me. We're talking autumn time now, but I don't think all the trees have actually turned. We've got about 30% of the trees turned, so that thought give me a bit of an idea, rather than just either do the summer photography where all the leaves are green, which is a bit boring, or autumn where everything's golden and it's very easy to get pictures. I thought I'd come out just on the change, so we've got the green leaves also along with the orange ones as well, so it gives a little bit of a variety, shall we say. It might just spice up some pictures rather than just have them all golden or all green. So I'm just going to have a wander around now in this absolutely beautiful woodland. I'll just swing around and see absolutely lovely it is. So I'm going to set up and see if I can get some images for you. So I've come across my first composition of the day. I'm going to have to start somewhere, so this will be my first one. So I'm going to be using my 10 to 24mm wide lens. So we're going to have it on 10mm, we're going to have it nice and wide. And what I've decided to do is just capture just this edge of all these leaves are coming against the stream as it goes down there. So we've got a nice little curve going on, and obviously with a 10mm wide lens we get that really magnification of bends and curves. So we're just going to have this leading round, and then we're going to go up to this tree. It's still got a couple of leaves on it, but we've got a lot of golden colours going on. I'll also be using my polarizer because all these down here are just reflecting so much light up, it's just going to burn the picture out. So by putting a polarizer on, we can just get the colours and it'll polarise them. So I'll just set the camera up now. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to handheld or not. It depends how low I can get down to the ground here. Right. A little bit tricky this one. Was going to use a tripod, can't get low enough, or it's just too fiddly, so I'm going to leave that over to one side, go on live view, got my polarizer on the front. We just get it to exactly where we want it. It's about a second exposure. Just turn that polarizer so we get no glare, nice and low. Right, autofocus just there, just over a second exposure, f5.6. A little bit more forgiving the old wide lens for hand holding, so I'm just going to take a few of these because make sure, don't want to get a wobbly one, and I'll pop that up for you now. Right, just walk down a little bit further. Like I say, I'm sticking to this river, as you can see behind me here. I've just come to the next composition that I've found. So we're going to use this bit of river, which is just basically dead symmetrical. And we've got a beautiful reflection coming from the top all the way down. We've got no wind at the moment, so we're getting a really good blast of colour just at the end there. We've got that orange, well, a yellowy orange kind of tree at the end there. And that is reflecting lovely at the bottom there. That's at the back of the image, but we are going to also have a foreground, and the foreground be just these leaves just across there. So as you have it like that, we've got the leaves coming across from one corner off to the other side, and then we've got the symmetrical lines going all the way to the end of the image. Now I'm stood in a river at the moment, so my feet are getting a little bit wet. I should have wore wellies, but I don't know if you can see in the back of the camera there, we've got the leaves there that are coming across at a 45-degree angle to give a little bit of interest in the foreground. We then let it just lead on up. So I am on f11, so we get a nice sharp depth of field front to back. I've already focused in manually, quite happy that that's nice and sharp. Put a 3-second timer on that. It's quite a long exposure where it's so dark in here. we've got a 4-second exposure, but with that 4-second exposure we can have all this really settled rather than having any ripples in the stream or anything like that. So I'll take a couple more of these and then I'll pop it up for you. So after that last image I took, I decided to walk down just a little bit further, follow the river like I said I was going to do, and we have come into this beautiful little open space. Look, so over that side there we've got the woodland. Over that side, just down the bottom there, we've got the stream that's going along. But as you can see behind me, we've got a lovely little layer of mist going on. Nice little secluded place. Absolutely not a breeze in the air, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'll just swing round and just show you what we've got here. Absolutely stunning. So all these trees are all dead. Where this must flood out in the winter time, all these oaks are just totally died because they just can't grow in that kind of conditions. So I'm gonna have a wander around here. I think I might be able to get a composition. I do like these trees with a lichen hanging off them, but they might be a bit too high and they might be catching just a bit too much of the sky. Don't really want to capture the sky unless it's just all about landscape and a lot more sky in it. But as you can see, the sky's a bit boring, so I'm gonna have a wander around here. There's some absolutely fantastic trees in that. It's just trying to find the right one. I think it's going to be I'd say about a 10-minute walk round. That's what I would do, just to see what I can capture really. There might be a separation. We need a separation between one tree and another, and one in the middle possibly, something like that, but with nothing behind it in order to obscure the shape, shall we say. So there might be that one right behind me there, very small, looks like an apple tree. I'll set up and see if I can get something like that. Right, so I've decided on the apple tree, which is in between the two trees that I just showed you a minute ago. I'll show you on the back of the camera in a minute what I'm going to be doing, but I think portrait is the only way I'm going to get this to work really. If I do it landscape, we're going to have too much either side of the apple tree, and then it just actually loses the actual composition that I want to get. So by going portrait, we can just hone in on that particular tree and the one next to it, and hopefully with that mist, a little bit of mist in the background there, it'll actually bring the tree out a bit more, and then I'll pop it up for you and you can see what I mean. I do believe I'm spoilt for choice in this little enclosure here. Look at it, absolutely gorgeous. We've got that pocket of mist, very slight mist, but again it's still holding on, so we haven't got to rush around. I've come across this composition and it almost worked. It is so close to working. I'll just show you what I mean. So we've got this fallen tree all the way across here, and what I was going to use as a foreground, oh, it's soaking wet down here, it's all this ferns which are bright orange, and then it was going to lead up into the background there, and at the very back, just about there, we've got, I think it's a silver birch, which is like an orangey colour, a yellowy orangey colour. But the only thing that's stopping me from getting this is this next bit just above there. So if we had just this here and then it led through, it would be fine. As you can see, it's absolutely soaking wet around here, keeping it nice and moist though, so we can keep that mist coming up. Got some beautiful colours just turning now. Like I said before, we've got some greens and we've got some yellow, so that gives a nice little separation between the two colours. The only thing is trying to get around, like I say, all this water everywhere. It's not the easiest to travel around in. Should have worn my wellies, but these will have to do. just started to rain again. I've just found myself a nice little composition before it really chucks down, so I'll quickly show you what I mean. We've got this lovely little pool of water here. I'm rushing through this because I don't want any of the raindrops to hit the water really. So we've got lovely shaft of light coming through. We've got all the leaves, you can see they're bright yellow, so they look absolutely fantastic. I've just set the camera up on the tripod. We've got a polarizer on, and we are using an 18 to 140mm lens, and I'm on about 35mm or so. You can see on the back of the camera there. I'm just going to zoom in to the spot where I am going to capture focus. Make sure that's manual focus. That looks lovely. I'm going to come back out again, and I don't know if you can see, but as this curves around there, we've got that coming off to the corner. So we've got a leading line coming round, and then we've got these ferns coming over the top. Hopefully that's going to come out because the rain's coming down now, and this lovely pool of still clear water is now getting hit by raindrops. But saying that, that might be an opportunity for another shot. So I will stay here actually, because if they start to drop and they make little splashes, it might be another composition. So that's maybe turn it to my advantage. So if I do get a shot with the rain dropping onto the little pool here, then I'll pop it up for you. So it's coming up to midday now. The sun's come out and it's really contrasty. If I just swing behind me, really bright now. Absolutely no good for woodland photography at all. So I think I'll quit while I'm ahead. Really enjoyed today, absolutely fantastic. Finding that little pocket of fog or mist. I don't normally come across that down here, so really happy with that. And that's another place I think I'll explore again next time I come out. So hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.